Hey everybody, it's me, Kelly. It's been a few days. I've had a lot of stuff going on, so I'm going to try to do a quick video. I've got a lot of emails asking about drawing a face. I do faces or, faces with a body, and I'm going to try to see um, like what, how I don't want to make this video too long. I might just do a face in this one and then do another video with the face and the body. So for some reason, my autofocus is going in and out, and I don't quite get why. Isn't that weird? And I don't have anything there but paper. Okay, so we'll see if this works. Otherwise, maybe I should turn autofocus off and see if that helps. Why is it going crazy? Let's just hope it stays like that. Okay. So I'm going to give you, this is mixed media paper, and this is from Strathmore, but you can buy, how you say, there's Strathmore, there's, well, what's the other brand? I have like every brand out there. I use a coupon when AC Moore Michaels has it. You can use mixed media paper, you can use watercolor paper, you can use printer paper. I sit and doodle on printer paper a lot. So what I did was I ripped out a sheet and move this back just a little bit for a minute. And what I did was I just folded it in half and just ripped it down. So I got two sheets because unless I'm doing, like, let's say, and I don't know if I'm using this or not, but let's say I'm using this as my, back it up a minute, as my canvas. So if this is my canvas, if I just want to do a face, you want to make sure that you have the proportion of the face and have an idea of how big you want it to be. Or maybe I'll do the body and this will be the background. So you want to kind of have an idea. So usually for me, unless it's a big canvas, which I have many, 12 by 16s and bigger, where you would use the whole piece of paper. That's why you see a lot of me having like little pieces of paper, because I save all these papers, because sometimes you can draw or stamp or use them in mixed media pieces that I hate wasting. So that's just to give you an idea. Like I said, I quite don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet, or what I'm going to put it on, but I figured I'm going to show you the way I do it. Some people do it differently. I think whatever is comfortable for you. I have I swear, drawing book out there. It's like 600 pages thick that, I've learned from and I've practiced, and I can do a folk art face. I can do a realistic face. Issues on shading for me. It takes me a little bit longer. It doesn't come natural for me. I'm learning that. I practice that almost every day so I can really get it down. And once I get it down, then I'll teach you and I'll show you on my video. But for now, let's just start with a face. So I don't have my tool down here, but I love, and I'll show in my next video, I'll grab it when I'm upstairs. It's some of you might have seen it in my other videos. It's like a square or a rectangle, and it's all circles. And it's every size circle. And I use that when I do my eyes. You don't have to. I do especially when I'm doing commissions or doing paintings for people, or if I'm doing something to sell. So, it's very useful and very helpful. So I just have my piece of paper and I just have a regular ruler, whatever you have. If you don't have a ruler, use the piece of paper that you cut, because you just kind of want straight line. Don't use the side that you tore from, but you just want like a straight edge. So if you don't have a ruler, no big deal. You could grab something that has a straight edge to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically start here, kind of, I guess it's like 3/4 of the way down approximately. And I'm going to I'm going to draw just a very light line going across. Okay. And then I'm going to go down approximately, and you can measure, you could do it by eye, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go down let's see. Maybe, maybe I'll go quarter. Maybe I'll do 1/4 inch approximately. Like I said, I go by eye, but I want to give you a general number that you can go by. But you'll see, and I'll hold, and then go down another 1/4. And this is just going to do a little, and you can see they're not perfect. They're not, you know what I mean? But you're getting the general idea. Then I'm going to go down maybe an inch, and I'm going to go down the middle of the paper approximately. So, and if this, for you, if you're just starting out, fold your paper in half. Just fold your paper in half. I always pinch in the middle and then go from there. You know, so you have your middle, so you kind of know where your middle is. Okay. And then take your ruler into your middle, just because you're doing a face. And then let's do a folk arty face today. And we'll have our nose go down. Let me try to measure it for you so I can, I'm horrible with rulers. I do everything by eye, which sometimes is great, and then sometimes I think, oh, why didn't you just, you know, go down about an inch and a quarter and do a line. Just a line like that. Okay. And we can play with these once we get the eyes going. Do you know what I mean? Because this is just a basic of what we're doing. And then I'd go down probably from your nose line, stay in the middle of your paper. And I'd go down probably, maybe 3/4 for your mouth. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now what I do is, I'm not going to worry about the roundness of the face. A lot of people like to draw the roundness of the face, you know, first, and then put in your things. I'm not going to do that here because I have my middle line, and I have where I'm going to put my nose and mouth. And here's my eyes. So what I like to do is measure. Obviously, your eyes aren't going to go all the way out here with these lines I have. Boy, not having autofocus on really is hard, because then it doesn't autofocus. I've not used it, not before, like, you know. Come closer, my dear. Okay. So you're not going to have your eyes all the way out at the end of the pages, although some people do that, and I think, hey, you know, whatever your style is, because you want to have your own style. You don't necessarily want to have somebody else's style. But I'm going to kind of keep it where I'm going to stay with the middle of my fold, okay? It's really hard to see. It's very frustrating. Okay, and I'm going to take an inch on my ruler, and where the middle of my fold is, I'm going to do a 1/2 inch. I'm going to lay the 1/2 inch line on the fold. Okay. I'm going to kind of mark it. And I'm going to make them, let's make them an inch apart. So if we mark it 1/2 inch, let's just kind of do a line over to the inch. So that'll be our middle eye where we don't, see how I did that. This is really hard with this light. I really got to get this. So you see what we did? So we made basically an inch in the middle. And that's going to be erased later, but that's kind of a guideline of where our eyes will start, here and over here. And I just did it a little bit above the lines that we did. I should probably do this in marker. Why is it so, it's like wicked light. I guess because I'm doing it on white paper. Maybe I should do it with a pen and hope that it works out better. So let's do this again. So you can see these markings. That's a little bit better. And then here's our 3 lines. Okay. So then we're going to go over an inch from our line, but we're going to take it down to the middle line. This is what I do. And I kind of line it up with the top there, and I bring it down to the middle line. And I'm just going to take my pencil, or I'm using this right now, so excuse the mistakes I might make. And I'm going to take it to the 1 inch mark. And I'm just going to kind of make the top of my eye. And you just want to make a dome like that. And then I'm going to go to the other side, put it on the inch mark, second line down. And the same thing, all the way over, all the way over. Okay, and you see how we have that? Now, obviously, I won't be able to erase that black line in the middle probably, but we'll just ignore that. So this is what we have so far. We have our eyelids, and we have our where our nose is going to go and our mouth. Okay. Why do I, every time I get on here to record, I forget that I really have to work on the lighting in here, and I complain. So now, make sure that these lines right here meet that second line right here. So you see this line. Let me use this is our middle line right here. Okay. So make sure when you do these right here, they meet that line. And then where that ends, take it. Now you can go below. Here's where you can have a little bit of, you know, adding your own kind of thing. This is just a basic for you to sit and play with. But you can go and you can go underneath the line. You don't have to necessarily follow the line, but you want to, you know, you want to touch the corners of what you did. I'll put this up there in 1 second. So you see, and it's just a basic. So you don't necessarily, like if you want to have this bottom line as your guideline, move it down like an inch or a half an inch. So then you can touch when you do this, you can touch it, if that makes sense. Which I'll probably do when I do the regular faces, because this is more of a whimsy face. But that's how I do it. Of course, it takes longer than me showing you on here, but if I show you the basics and you guys follow the basics, then you'll get it. Like, you know what I mean? You'll practice, you'll get your own thing, your own way of how you do it. And you'll make your own type of face. Have you ever seen anybody's face, like people's faces, and you know who they are when you see them? When they draw them? You know, and that's eventually where you want to get to. So now the nose, we're not gonna do a real, like a nose like I will do in the next video. But for the nose, which you see is right here, you can just do a little moon. Why, hello there, little moon. And then for the mouth, what we'll do is I'll extend this line a little bit. It's a little bit longer than I want, but I'm going to make, how do I want to do this? I hate when I question. Should have thought about that before I did it. 1 second. So I want to kind of try to find this the easiest way for you guys to do. Just take your line up, do a little, and then, especially if you're doing this with pencil, you can round out the top of the lip once you do it. Obviously, I'm using pen, and it's going to be a little bit harder for me to do, but you can always round it. And just you got your top lip. Then run it down And you don't want to go out as far as I just did because that's not going to erase off. Because that's not how you want your lip to be. But you want it to be fairly the same. And remember, I'm using pen. I can't erase. But if you're using pencil, obviously you would erase these extra outlines. Oh my gosh, there is a fly flying around here. Driving me insane. This is a jelly roll, and it's, I believe it's black. Has to be black. And I absolutely love these. I can't stand it. I have to get more. But anyway, so here we go. So we have our little, and if you want to do your little dip in there, and you have your little lips, and you might look and say, you know, oh, you know what? Like I look at this and I think, the eyes are a little bit too big for what I want. And I can't do anything about that right now. But if I had done these in pencil, I would erase them and bring them down a little bit. And I'd actually probably would have brought up the nose a little bit. This is the fun. Because once you do this once, and then you look at it and you're like, you know what? I want to bring the nose up to here. And then I want to do you know what I'm saying? So it's fun to just learn the basic and then play. So once I'm up here, I want this to, I'm going to go corner to corner on the top to give eyelets. Again, basic. And then I'm going to go in. Now, normally I would use my, my thing. I don't have it down here. I don't know if this would be too. I'm just going to put I'm like the worst circle drawer in the world. But you kind of just, you know, use, and if you're good at this and you don't need to do this, I say you rock. Because I am the worst. I think it's my hands are off. Because the RA, and I think things are different than they are. Like, do you know what I mean? But you get the idea. So we have our eyes. And of course, you're going to take longer. You know, you're going to take, the first time you do it, don't sit there and like take hours to do it because you just want to get the idea. Because remember this, and I cannot stress this enough. The more you do this, the better you are going to get. No lie. Please, if you don't believe anything I've ever said to you, believe it. And then you want to do the eyebrows. You know, you kind of want to keep them within, and, you know, it's hard with the, but you just kind of do your little eyebrows in. And I'm embarrassing myself because I don't usually do everything this fast. But I want to give everybody keeps asking me, and I want to give a general thing of how I do them. You know, how I do things. So then next we want to do our pupils. So for our pupils, and I'm doing it with a jelly pen that can't be erased off. What the heck is wrong with me? I know a few people who draw their things with big pens and all that kind of thing, and I look at them and I watch them and I think, good gods. So you want to just do your pupil, and you want to do it, you know, just like a, and I promise if you want to draw faces, I will show you my tool that I love. So you see the general idea. Now, honestly, these lips, they're not as big as I should have done them. So I'm going to kind of go in a little deeper because I'm not really digging. And I'll just color them in with my pencil when I'm done. But I want them a little fuller. And I'll color them with the pencil, and then I'll probably, and that's the fun thing is as you do these, you just play. So I'll color those in a minute. And then what I do is I take my pencil or whatever I'm using, and I get on camera because that's the best way to do it. Let's move it down like this. And I'll take from, and this takes a minute, like I probably should be using my pencil, but I want you guys to see. I'll usually take from Sometimes I'll take close to the eyes. Okay, you could take close to the eyes or further, a little bit further away from the eyes. And you just kind of want to, don't think about it too much because you're going to be using pencil so you can erase. And kind of do your face. Now, obviously, this is a longer face. And then, you know, bring it up. And then you can sit and play. You can sit and play and say, you know what, I want these to be dark. You want to get your watercolor pencils out or your color pencils or whatever you have and play to make her eyes more dramatic with like she has makeup on or a little darker or give her that style. You know, and shape them a little bit better, you can. And then she has an egg head, of course, obviously. And then you can just go in with your hair. If you want to add eyelashes, just start doing eyelashes. And then just scoop them in. Yeah, whatever way you want. I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing the eyelashes, but y'all get it. And then go in with the hair. If you want her to have bangs, if you want her to do, I always do, I don't know why, I always do and have the hair run, because let's say we're going to put her neck here. Have her hair run so it runs with the neck. And I just kind of do this, especially because if I'm using pencil, because you can go in and erase, but you want an idea of where the hair is going to go and what kind of hair. And then her other part of her hair over here. And then you have her neck. I can't believe I just drew this in pen. I'm going to pee my pants. And then I did this vest. It's not fantastic, but hey. So, and then, you know, here's a face. It's a basic face. And like I said, I would go in and I would color in the lips so I can see, you know, do I want them more? Do I want them bigger? Whatever. You know, so you can see, here's her pupils. You can go in and color. And I'll hold this up in a second so you can kind of see. And then I'm going to explain something to you. So you see what we got here? Just a plain face. Nothing fancy. A little bit of a folky face. Again, then you take, I don't have anything here, but you take and you color in, you know, the eyes, the color that you want, and like her neck, you know, you'll shade a little bit, you'll shade under here. You know, you'll just kind of shade it. You'll do her eyebrows because you're doing it in pencil. Erase. The best eraser is one of them gummy erasers, or this is my favorite eraser. It's the Faber-Castell Dust Free. And I got it at AC Moore for like $4, and it is my favorite thing in the world. But see, you see here, and then you go to town. You just have a blast. Then what you do is these lines that we did for guidance, and you can make the lines as far apart as you want, as close as you want, whatever you want. I'm just giving you a general idea of just to sit and to do, you know. And if you don't, and that's just a basic face. If you don't, you know, if you want her lips more or whatever, then you can just go in and play more until, especially when you're using pencil, until you kind of get the lips that you want. You know, you just sit and play. And that's when I do this, and then I paint it and do whatever I'm going to do with it, and then I'll cut it out. And then once I cut it out and I paint it and everything and I cut it out, then I'll use it. Like sometimes I'll put it on a painting, and then have her have contrasting colors or whatever I'm doing and do a nice saying or whatever. But you have a basic, so you have a basic face. Very easy. Something else very easy is if you, I'm not going to do the lines, but let's just say we do our eyes. And you just kind of judge how far apart you want them. And as you can tell, the lines do help. I'm not going to lie. Because I'm just one of them people that need them to keep everything straight. Because I'm one of them crooked people. Everything looks good to me until then the end. And then I'm like, why didn't I just do the lines? Then this needs to be longer. But very quickly, like I said, I'm doing this very quickly. I'm going to show you. Then I'll just erase these lines inside. And I'll go over that. And then I'm going to do the nose up to here. And just show you the difference very quickly. My dog's snoring. How funny. And then the eyes. And the eyes. And again, don't pay mind to the perfection of this because that's not what I'm really going for. I just want to show you a different look. And then when I take it from eye to eye, and you see the difference of the face. Again, the pupils aren't on right. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, exactly even. Because like I said, I'm going very fast. But then you can do bangs on her. Say you want to do, and then she has her little eyebrows. And then you can just go across and do bangs on her. And you'll be much better than me at this really quickly. We'll do her little neck. And then we'll do her little hair. You can make her have any kind of hair you want. I'm just trying to make it easy here and quick. And bring, because we have height in the back of our hair. And then bring it down again. All right, and like I said, when you go to paint it, then you can really play. It's fun putting molding paste in the hair to give it texture, and I've done all that. I love it. And then you can go in and I love these. These are the Derwent Graphic. They're like your charcoal brand. If you want to just kind of leave it in pencil and you're just playing in your sketchbook or whatever. But you see, that's a completely different look. And that was how quick. So you have this look, and you have this look. So let me know what you guys think about this. The next one I'm going to do is a more realistic looking one where we do the realistic looking nose. So that might be a two-parter because this one a little bit longer than I anticipated. I want to thank you guys for watching. Leave any questions that you want and keep leaving me requests of what you want to see. And thank you so very much for being part of my YouTube. It grows every day, and I'm so blessed and I thank you so very much. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this. And any questions, just let me know. Thanks, guys.